to post a video just peering into myself because I was receiving some comments about my videos and how they used to be in the past. And there's some people that saw the transition to where I'm at today, in the area of content, in the area of my overall presentation and opinions. But some people don't understand why it happened or how it happened. And for me, it happened literally overnight. Now, prior to the Million Man March that we went to cover back in 2015, I made my videos on the guise of, hey, if it's something that's wrong and I feel it's wrong, I'm going to say something about it. For the most part, I would make videos about issues within the black community, but I would be critical of things that's in the black community and certain behaviors. And I'm critical now, but at that time period, I didn't have no knowledge of the history of certain things with black people, or I didn't have certain understanding about psychological conditions or mental disorder that a lot of black people are really walking around with and not being diagnosed with. Because most people, black people, believe I just go talk to the pastor and as far as I'm going with it, I'm not going to go sit down in a chair with anybody. But in the past, my videos just what they were. Not really having a lot of knowledge. And like I said, I'm not saying I have all the knowledge now, but I feel in 2017, I have more knowledge than I had back then. So when it came to the time of the Million Man March in 2015, me and Lovely T, if anyone knows about me and her, we are good friends. We talk, on the regular. She's a good person. I'll fight for T all day long. If anybody got something negative to say about T around me, you're going to have a problem because I know her outside of YouTube. I've, worked with her. I've seen her professionalism. I've seen her dedication. I know the real deal. And I talked to her about my situation. So we can actually share on that level of a behind the scenes that we deal with being on YouTube and just the different platforms. So when we got together to do, some coverage at that time period, of course I had to research more into who was Louis Farrakhan. Now I always saw him around. Trust me, it's not like I didn't know. But I mean, really listen to him, really see what he's saying. And if what people who don't like him say is true, well, then why are they saying this? And so I started to look more and more into Louis Farrakhan. I listened to what he had to say, and I started noticing. I said, wait a minute. I said, he's saying some things that I never really heard people say, but I started to see the things that he said my whole life. And I started to think about certain experiences I went through as a child and certain things I went through as a teenager and even as a man. And I started to see everything that he was saying. I said, man, he telling the truth. And so I started looking more and more into, other people that was associated with him. Of course, Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Definitely looked into Khalid Muhammad. And I started just listening to them and seeing what they're saying about the condition of black people and what we deal with here in this nation. And I couldn't find any fault in what they were saying. And I said, well, a guy that can get 1 million people to come to one place is a pretty powerful guy, no matter what you say they are. And there's only been, a few people to do that? Like, I'm not talking about an inauguration for a president. I'm talking about just a citizen who's speaking up. Martin Luther King, he did it. Minister Farrakhan, he's the second person, at least that I saw, that did it. Nobody else. So it has to be something special about him to get people to come out like that, obviously, because most people are not going to waste their time traveling, spending money, take off of work and everything and come hear what a guy that's not relevant has to say. So as I went through that whole weekend, and I'm gonna tell you, like I said, I wish I can describe this. I never seen in my life a unification like that. And I never seen so many people like that come together under a unification spirit. I'm gonna tell you, and like I said, I can remember it like yesterday. That if I wish I can have that daily. I'm saying, if we had that spirit daily, it felt better than no drug that man could make. I mean, that spirit of unity, that spirit of peace, spirit of love, togetherness, no strife, no nothing. And once I seen that, and I said, this is what they don't want us to have. And it just hit me like a ton of bricks, because it was just great to see that and great to be around that. And, I got to talk to the Native American people, because I never had a chance to really talk with them. Because, see, black people, we not really exposed to Native American people like that. I'm talking about real Native Americans. And I had a chance to talk with them and see how they feel and what their true experiences were here in this nation. And I heard it. And they was, very open to talk to us about that. And I thought about that. I say, well, man, listen to what they dealt with too, because in school, they don't teach you the things that they were saying. They refuse to teach everybody, not just black people, but they refuse to teach everybody what really happened in this nation, because they know good and well that their hands are soaked in the blood of many. So why would they want to teach that to people, that we got to where we at by being extremely savage, not being human? I mean, come on. But talking to those people, Native American people, talking to other brothers and sisters all over the country, and, for me, was very humbling, was then, I'm walking around and people stopping me, and that's weird for me, because, like I said, I'm not nobody. I'm not a Hollywood person. I'm not no celebrity. I'm nothing. Anybody know me? I'm a regular dude. I'm going to stay that way. You can give me $100 million tomorrow. I'm still going to be a regular dude. I just believe in stay in your place when it comes to being humble. Never think of yourself as better than other people, high and mighty or whatever, because the moment you think that, God will snatch it all from you and you'll fall right back on your backside. So, and I had that experience one time in my life about God can humble you. So I will never go through that again in my life. I made that decision at that point when I went through that chastisement, but that's a different story. So my thing is, when I meet people, I love to talk with them, be cordial with them. And I'm just genuinely happy to talk to them. Just like the time that we had our meet and greet, I love to talk to people, I do. And I grew up like that, especially in the South. You speak to everybody, you say good morning. And, that's why when I went to certain areas of the country and I seen the people aren't like that, I say, this is freaking weird. I said, because people don't speak, people don't smile. People are like, I'm not used to that. I'm used to, the Southern hospitality. That's what you want to say. But after, the events of the weekend of the Million Man March, I pondered on those things. I pondered what was said. I paid attention to the unity. I paid attention to the condition of black people in America. I paid attention to the deception of how everybody's deceived by the government. Everybody's deceived in school. Our school system is an indoctrination. It's not education. And how our school system don't teach you to be entrepreneurs. They teach you just to be workers for the 1%. There's a lot of things that I got to see all the way around that affects not only the black community, but affects all communities. And I always said that the greatest people that are deceived in America, the greatest ones, is a lot of people in the white community, because they believe so much in what they're talking about, and yet these same people are miseducating them. The same people are cutting their throats. The same people are doing everything they can to them. And as long as they push a white supremacist ideology, they don't see it. We see it. We talk about it. But later down the line, they may say, oh, now I see what black people is talking about. But usually when you do that, it's too late. So that event and that weekend, I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get with those brothers and sisters in Houston, because prior to the Million Man March, I knew nobody in Houston. I was here, but I wasn't here. I didn't know Brother Yakanan and them that I know now with the Panthers, or Sister Crystal with the Panthers. I didn't know Brother Derek and Sister Sadia and Brother Jesse and all the people at Mosque number 45. I didn't know a lot of people I know now. I didn't. But I made sure to make an effort to know who they were. And if they needed me for something, let me know. I mean, of course, I'm limited in what I can do, because I don't have the show that has the hundreds upon thousands of dollars and millions of dollars of budget where I can just send people to do this. Trust me, I feel that's going to happen. Matter of fact, I know it's going to happen. It's in my heart it's going to happen. It's just not right now. But until we get to that point where I can send people to do different things, or I can do some things, or I'm free to do other things, we gonna work with what we can. Because, like I say, in my personal life, as I told you guys before, I do have a family. I have children. Like I said, I got one in college now. She was calling the other day talking about we can get her another phone, and I was like, picking on her like, you grown now. I ain't get you no phone, but I'm gonna get her a phone. That's how I mess with her. Like I told my kids, as long as you're in college full time, I will take care of you. If you're not going to be in college full time, then you'll get yourself a job and you'll get out of here. You're not going to be here very long with me. But it is what it is, and also, as I told you guys as well, I still have a job just like everybody else has a job. My job is extremely flexible, while I work only 4 days out of the week and I have 4 days off. So sometimes you see me extremely tired, it's because maybe I went to work. I don't tell everybody that. Some people believe that I do YouTube and that's it. I do multiple things. I don't just do one thing. I wear many hats. Now, I would like to do YouTube full time, but it seems, I'm actually doing YouTube full time, and then I have a job as well. So that's why people think that all I do is YouTube, because I'm on it 7 days a week. But I have committed to do that, and that's just part of my life. I've been doing that for a few years, and of course I'm do more of it now than before. And what we do, really, is, I feel it's changing lives. People have told me that come up to me has helped change their life or help inspire them. I had a brother and sister told me that one of my videos had them wanted to open up a beauty supply store, just watching the video that we produced. I've had other people tell me that listen to our videos, they wanted to go back to school or get married, get settled down. And when I get reports like that, then it let us know we're in the right direction. And I can tell you, prior to the Million Man March, I wasn't getting those kind of comments from people. I really wasn't. Yes, people watch my videos and watch them in the XYZ, but about reports that people's lives were being changed, that didn't happen to after the change within me personally in the 2015 after the Million Man March. Now, prior to going to the Million Man March and prior to me covering that and all the things, that's changed with me, I've had a lot of people that will come over to my channel. A lot of them will be racist, and they loved my videos prior to the change. They even say that to me. They say, I remember at one point in time your videos were great and you talked about the black community and how they should change, but now you just they pissed off, but they don't know when it happened. But I'm telling you, it happened after the Million Man March. I made a decision to try to do something good for the community and to point out the real problems in America and then also throughout the world. And as I looked into that and started studying more and more and more and found out people like, Dr. Francis Cress Welsing and studying them, or reading post-traumatic slave syndrome and all the things that I have, looked into and read, Malcolm X and many other figures. And I'm still learning. Like I said, I don't know everything, and people put me on the knowledge all the time. But I can say that the platform that we have now did not start being something that I could look back and say is making a difference to after 10, 15. I can honestly say that. And, so now some people may not agree with everything the Minister Farrakhan says. Of course, you don't agree with everybody. You may not agree with everything that I say. But the things that he did say that resonated with me, it sparked a change. And if it sparks a change in you, whatever somebody say, that's always a good thing. So, a lot of people just wondered why and how and what led up to that. And I'm just letting you guys know, for me personally, that the coverage and just seeing everything with the weekend of the Million Man March, just so much of it. I still have video from that I haven't even put out yet. Maybe some of it I may start putting out here on Patreon. I haven't even put out publicly. I still got the videos. And I'll show you some things from that weekend that we had. But yeah, I think I will start doing that, so you guys can check out some of those interviews that I done back then and nobody even seen. I just haven't posted them. But for me, 2 years later, we've seen a tremendous growth in our platform. Sometimes it's hard for me personally because people start to put you in this light that you didn't ask for, and people start following certain things that you say, and you're a regular person. I'm a regular guy, like I said before. I'm not nobody special. I'm not better than no one listening to any video I put out. But as you grow, certain responsibilities you must take. Like some things people say in the comment section, I can't say that not because I may not want to, but I can't say it because if I do, due to the influence that we're having, and of course as it increases, it's going to become more influence, then them folks paying attention to you. And trust me, I know they're paying attention to me. When I've had cops tell me they watch my videos, I know good and well the FBI ain't seen them too. Matter of fact, the FBI know exactly who I am. Trust me, all the way around. I have a family member that works at the Pentagon, and they had to find out every person that's in their family, and they had to be checked too. So that's just one. I got another family member who works on Border Patrol. Okay, so that's that. I got family members in law enforcement. I got family all over the place. And even though I have family in all these different positions, I still say my position about the race soldiers because that's just how I feel. I don't change my opinions based on family in certain law enforcement positions. So what I'm saying is the feds know who I am. So that way I have to make sure that I don't say certain things or I don't try to incite riots, because it's very easy to do. That I don't advocate certain things. Some things I want to advocate. Some things I really want to advocate, but I can't because I will have them folks knocking on my door. I know that. I'm not stupid, so I have to hold off. Like I said, if y'all would understand that and get that knock on your door, like I say, you may even leave a comment and get a knock on your door, because I've seen some people, I said, man, why are they saying this? Don't say this publicly. I said, they're going to use this against you if they bring you to court. And trust me, when I went to court last year on a situation with my ex, man, they bring up the YouTube stuff. Yes, they do. And you have to give an account of what you're saying on these videos. I've had videos played in court. Luckily for me, I don't say anything I'm lying about. So, I'm just letting you guys know that, just peering into what helped me change, and also just a little bit about all the different things with the platform itself, just me personally, because I'm taking it all in just as much as you guys taking it in. And sometimes, some growth is at times kind of scary, because for me, when you growing and you keep seeing yourself grow, all thing I keep seeing is more responsibility with my words, more responsibility on what I put out. People act like you can't make mistakes sometimes. You're still human. And that's why I want to let everybody know about me. I am a human being. I make mistakes. I may say something wrong. I may say something the wrong way. Only thing I'm asking ahead of time, have some forgiveness for me if I do, help correct me, not call me names, but help correct me by teaching me where I was wrong and showing me what I need to do that's right. And usually if you approach me that way, I tell anybody, you're going to get something out of that, at least with me. But you start calling me names, start calling me stupid, and you know, I have a rule on my channel. If you call me racist, I'm blocking you immediately. If you calling me coon, I'm gonna block you immediately. I don't even want to hear what you got to say. Any name calling, I'm gonna block you, because it's okay to say I'm wrong. That's cool, but give me some teaching so I can correct that. And then I say, hey, this person got me up on game and they helped me fix my issue and my problem. But with all that said, guys, I want to just put out this video. I know it's probably a long one for you to hear, but it's good to peer into who you're listening to and what's their, thought process and motivation. And my motivation, as I stated before, is to really spark change in the world, because in this day and time, we need it. As we watching people getting killed all the time by the police, we're watching all the racist stuff that's going on in society. A lot of change has to be done, and a lot of people have to start standing up. It can't be one person. It can't be one group. Everybody needs to stand up and start making a difference in the world, and also a difference in your community and also with your personal family. But thank you for taking the time to listen to this video, and see you on the next one.